team going into a hostile environment. These fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see, the winners of 6 straight, the Houston Cougars, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Houston about to kick off to get things underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Out of the gun to give to the back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Oh, they're after him. And as he throws, makes the catch. It's Thompson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Slings it downfield. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Looking to the big tight end. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Taylor wants to throw it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with a great field position.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Start this drive going to the air. Gets it out fast. There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
And that's a really good job by the defense reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but he didn't give up that big explosive play. Now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to make magic with his feet. Wisely avoiding the big hit with the slide.
And I tell you what, I love this call early in the game. You know why? You get your quarterback hit early. He gets hit. Wait a minute. Nerves settle. Everything's good. You show the defense that he's a threat to run the football. I love that call early in the football game.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. And off from the shotgun. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Do you take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Taylor wants to throw. Bringing the heat. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Gets it out quickly. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
Catch in the middle, it's Booth. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. And the Bulldogs moving quickly to the line.
Well, this guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw on the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's 1st down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Floating away. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll move the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw it. A little screen to the running back. Open space at the 25. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Quick pass on the fly motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Second down.
That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second.
Let's go! Break! Double!
Off the boot, looking for his man. Going for 6. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he makes the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, take a gander at what's happening in this interesting battle in the Pac-12. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Stanford. If anything changes in this pivotal Pac-12 matchup, guys, you know we're here to bring it to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll go to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Houston wants to play fast. Wants to fire on second down. It's complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Got his man downfield. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up. Oh, he's got some space. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping me.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there, and just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Finds his big tight end. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
Down close to the goal line. Great job by the tight end on his route for that touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. The receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Houston offense comes onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Houston going up tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. Turning it on. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He's got him. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
First and goal now for Houston as they try to get it in. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Taylor wants to throw. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Here comes the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He wants to take the top off. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards throwing.
Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Taylor wants to throw it. Looking to get in. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he tacks on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. fires to the middle. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
The play action fake. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. At the 35, he's got room. Big gainer there that'll look good in the stat column, but not quite enough to put any points on the board before time expires here in the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Houston offense once again. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially breaks into the open. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. They're going to ride this running back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. It's a draw. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
When you're an offensive lineman, you have to sell pass on a draw play. You got to set real quick, make it look like a pass, and then boom, I'm leaving that guy. I'm hitting that running back right behind him. Now I can get to the second level, and you can see when I do that, you make big gains like this, catch the defense off guard.
Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. He'll pull it down and run.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Houston wants to play fast. He'll set up to throw. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.